Hi, Yomi Lover here. I just wanted to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So I went to go see it and in theaters, and this is a spoiler video, so anybody who hasn't watched it yet, spoilers ahead. Honestly, I watched it. Phase 5 of the Marvel Universe is looking pretty grim. It's not really summing up to be the best part of the phases that have hit that Marvel has kind of produced. Honestly, Phase 4 sucked. Everybody admits that Phase 4 sucked. Nobody here is thinking that Phase 4 was the best. Oh, it's the best season. I love it. No one's thinking that, right? Okay, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about the movie. Basically, Scott Lang and Cassie are doing their thing. For some reason, Scott Lang's daughter is an activist. And I'm like, geez, do we need any more of those? It's not really a good father-daughter dynamic, but I'm just like, I honestly don't look up to girls like that and think, oh, I want to be an activist too and get pepper sprayed and shit kicked out of me. That'd be great. Yeah, that's not really fun. But honestly, it's San Francisco, so you're gonna find like a dime a dozen activists there. That's where all the hippies live. But anyways, so, Scott Lang's daughter's an activist, and Scott Lang's just doing his thing, and he's just living his life normally, and he just wrote a book for some reason, so now he's a famous Avenger, and everybody knows he's an Avenger, but they keep, like, trying to roll around with the cringe, where, like, an old man makes a joke, like, thank you, Spider-Man, and it's just like, the joke is that he gets him confused for Spider-Man all the time. He's really Ant-Man, and I guess he's still unpopular, but I wasn't really laughing, because it's not that funny. But I guess it's a Marvel humor trying to make me laugh. Hee hee, ho ho. Really funny. Anyways, apparently, Scott Lang's daughter builds a magical bullshit device, because all women must be scientifically, adequate, or scientifically based in order to pass the Marvel's we need more women in stem cell research quota. But apparently she is a mastermind of the quantum technology that they have going on for them. But more than that, they get sucked into the quantum realm, right? And in the beginning of the movie, I guess they introduced Kang the Conqueror, and if you don't know who Kang the Conqueror is, go read a comic. I certainly haven't read any of the comics with Kang the Conqueror in it, but I've heard he's really intimidating, right? There's a lot of things that are pulled straight from the comics in this movie. Actually, no, I wouldn't say they're pulled straight from the comics, but, there is a scene that is pulled straight from the comics, and that's pretty cool. I think that was pretty nice to see. A lot of the time, a lot of people don't want me to say this. I just made a "we was Kangs" jokes because Kang the Conqueror, there's literally thousands of Kangs and that show up at the end of the film. Oh wait, yeah, that's the spoiler. But anyways, they just show up at the end of the joke, and I'm not allowed to make a "we was Kangs" joke because apparently that's racist. But I'm not racist because I'm not racist. I would know if I was racist or not. I was just like, oh my gosh, all those freaking, all those freaking Kangs grilling my chain, making me angry. Really angry right now. I'm really angry at the Kangs. Nah, I'm not really angry. But anyways, so yeah, there's a lot of Kangs in this movie for some reason. But, what more than that, okay, so they go and get sucked down into the quantum realm, and then they have magical adventures there, apparently, and then there's, like, a bunch of characters that we don't care about that they introduce, like, Expendable Character 1 and 2 happen to be people that are trying to lead a revolt against Kang the Conqueror, because Kang just decided to plant himself in the quantum realm and make it his whole kingdom empire, right? Because he's a conqueror, that's what he does. I don't know how the hell he managed to build that empire so fast in the nick of time, but apparently it's been centuries, I think. Well, it hasn't been centuries, obviously, because I don't know how time works in the quantum realm, I really don't. But they haven't explained it yet. So anyways, there's like a scene in this movie where, they're talking to Kang, and Kang's not the same Kang from the Loki show. Like, if you haven't seen the Loki show, go watch the Loki show. You're gonna be just as disappointed with Phase 4 after you've watched it, because they basically emasculate Loki in his own show, and it's really sad, because I'm a big fan of Loki. Like, I'm one of those people that was like, as soon as I saw the character of Loki, that was like my thing, that was my jam. I was a total fan of it. Total fan, total stan, Loki stan, guilty. But anyways, but in the show, they basically meet Kang, and he's kind of like the Willy Wonka Kang in this one. A lot of people are calling him the Willy Wonka Kang, because he's not the Kang the Conqueror that we're supposed to be afraid of in the movie, which shows up in this movie, apparently. So, they meet a version of Kang in that place, and it's a variant of Kang, and we meet the variant of Kang the Conqueror in this movie. And basically, I think it's gonna be the first villain of Phase 5 that they don't kill off, because obviously he's the big bad of this season on the Marvel show, you know? So, they're not gonna kill him. But they basically go down to the quantum realm, meet a bunch of freedom fighters that nobody cares about, because we didn't get any time to actually care about them, or give a shit about what they're trying to rebel against. We just know that they're trying to rebel against Kang the Conqueror, because he's the dictator of the world, obviously. But, I guess they're not a fan of him. So anyways, there's like a scene in this movie where, basically Hope's mother is one of the people that helped Kang when he crash landed in the quantum realm, and she helped fix his ship and everything. And after they helped fix his ship, she basically explains how he's a bad man because she saw vision. Like, she touches his ship and she finds it's got a mental neural link, and it shows her all the bad stuff that he's done, like killing people, murdering them, and generally conquering whole entire nations and stuff. And then she's just like, she looks at him, she's like, "You're a bad man." And he's like, I know I'm a bad man. What are you gonna do about it? But it's basically something that just drives the plot forward. It wasn't really surprising, because he's the big bad. Every nerd that went to go see this movie, I swear to God, already knows what Kang is, and they're just like, he's the big bad of this one. He's Kang the Conqueror. Do you know how many nerds I've met online that just spoiled the damn movie for me, because they're just like, Kang's the big bad of this season. Like, no shit, he's the bad guy. Okay, everybody knows now. But we're supposed to be surprised when Hope's mother is like, "Oh my God, you're a bad man." We're not surprised. It's not surprising at all. But anyways, yeah, and then we get a shot of MODOK, which is my favorite character in the film, because we get to see how terrible CGI is. So let me just pause real quick. Like, I just did a Google search of MODOK, and honestly, it's no joke. He looks that fucking terrible in the film. He looks just god-awful. Like, he looks like a nutsack that got armor for some reason, and they just play it up for laughs. And I know that MODOK in the comics is supposed to be some intimidating son of a bitch. I don't know what he does. I didn't read a MODOK comic. Have you ever gone past a comic book store and actually seen a MODOK comic on the front page? I haven't. If you have, you're a fucking weirdo. But honestly, it's just like, they're comparing the MODOK to Mr. Electric, which was from Spy Kids and stuff, and they're just like, this looks god-awful. This fucking looks terrible. And they're right. They really are right. My favorite one is just comparing it to Mr. Electric. That's great. I mean, it looks just fucking awful. Great job, Marvel. What were you thinking when you made that? Were you smoking weed when you CGI'd his face onto a plate of armor that nobody's gonna give a shit about? Anyways, okay, I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. Apparently it's Daryl from the first one. They just made MODOK Daryl. I don't know if MODOK is Daryl from the comics. I'm pretty sure MODOK is a sentient character that is not Daryl from the comics, so anybody who's like a hardcore MODOK fan, please school me on that. Tell me who MODOK is in the comment section, and just let me know if I got it right or not. But apparently they just make him Daryl, and they show off his little butt for some reason in this movie, and that was just really distracting. And a lot of people thought it was funny, but I was just like, ugh, what the hell? Why are you showing his ass? Nobody wants to see that. Literally nobody wants to see that. But I guess it was played up for comedic value in the movie. And honestly, okay, so back to the plot. Scott Lang and Cassie want to just help overthrow Kang the Conqueror. So when they're trying to overthrow Kang the Conqueror, it's just kind of boring. It's literally boring. But I thought, here's the sad part, is I thought that Kang the Conqueror, or, you know, Jonathan Majors' character was just the best part of this film, because it was the only thing that really drove the plot forward, and you're supposed to be intimidated by him, but at the same time, everybody who's a comic book nerd knows that this is the big bad. So, nobody was really surprised or anything, but it's just like, I don't know, Bill Murray shows up for like 5 seconds in the film, and it's just like, I used to have sex with Hope's mother. Oh, like, we were a thing. And then she's like, I have needs. And then, like, he basically just admitted that, you know, Hope's father is a cuck. And that, you know, his wife just, like, totally forgot about him after she was cucking him. But I guess he cheated on her, too, so I guess that makes her a cuck. So they're both cucks. But, and they're back on the relationship, so nobody cares. But, here's the thing, too, is that the whole time I was watching this, I couldn't get it out of my mind. Like, I kept thinking about MODOK's butt, and I'm just like, why did they make it so tiny? Why would you do this, Marvel? This is just, you know, kind of sick. And I don't know if MODOK's supposed to be a joke or a laughingstock in the comics. I know he's not supposed to be, but he kind of is played up for laughs. He's one of those characters that you don't really find intimidating because he's just got like he's got a squirrely voice. I just remember watching one Marvel comic, or one Marvel cartoon, and he had a squirrely voice, and he sounded like, I am MODOK! He was like that. But I just like, it wasn't intimidating at all. Like, he could easily just kick his ass, or easily get the Hulk to smash his brains open. But, I guess that's not gonna happen in this movie. That would have been cool to see. If the Hulk did show up and just smash his brains open, that would have been fun. Spoilers, MODOK dies in this movie. So, you know, everybody's not so favorite character just died in the movie. Who cares? But yeah, they basically launch a rebellion against Kang the Conqueror, and Kang's just like, well, I'm gonna steal a magical bullshit device to make myself, big again, so I could go and conquer the real world, because something's coming, something bad is coming, and I'm not gonna tell you what until, like, the next movie, which is, we're gonna have to wait a long time for that. Very long time. Very, very long time. But anyways, Scott Lang basically kicks his ass, sends him back into a lower dimension in the quantum realm, and, Jonathan Majors, or Kang, just disappears into this quantum realm, and we're not sure if he died or not, because there's not a lot. Oh yeah, spoilers, he gets defeated by ants. Yeah, that's the thing that happens in the film, because Ant-Man, I guess. But, it's just like, he just gets defeated by ants, and nobody... I mean, I was expecting more, but I guess he's supposed to be, like they said, he's the Leroy Jenkins of the Avengers, going up against a big baddie in the Marvel Universe. And he's the big bad, because he's supposed to be bigger than Thanos. But I don't know, I don't know. When I watched the movies with, Infinity War and Endgame, I just feel like the Marvel Universe ended there. I really feel like the Marvel Universe ended there, and then they're just, like, going through the motions and drudging it on. Like, a lot of people are like, let it die! I'm one of those people that are still holding out to see if Marvel's gonna get better or not. So, I'm one of those suckers for Marvel where I'm just like, please get better. Don't be like Eternals. Eternals sucked ass. No, I mean, that was where they introduced the Celestials in the Eternals, but Eternals sucked ass. It was just bad. It was awful. I don't know what they were trying to do there. I don't know if those characters are going to show up anytime soon again, but they probably won't. Anyways, so the thing about this movie is that with Jonathan Majors playing the big role that he does, it was kind of, it was kind of lackluster. It wasn't the best movie, but honestly, there's a lot of movies out right now that are not that good, so I just kind of went to go see it because I'm just like, well, it's it's the movie that I'm pretty interested in. I'll have to go see it. And oh yeah, so at the end of this movie, Scott Lang just goes back to his normal life again, and nothing really changed. But Jonathan Majors' character, spoilers, he's not gone for long. There's like thousands of kings that show up in the end credits, so stay for the end credits, because like you have thousands of kings, and they all show up. There's a Doctor Doom king. There's 3 main kings that apparently they banned the King the Conqueror from the Council of Kings. So King is not gone. King is gonna show up for other episodes, and apparently that's the part that's drawn right from the comics. But I'm just like, anyways, yeah, there's this like scene in the movie that bothers me, where basically the MODOK character goes through a character arc of being a bad guy to a good guy as soon as Cassie Lang says, "Don't be a dick." And that's enough to make him change sides, I guess, which makes no sense. But, it's a Marvel movie, so they're gonna play it up for laughs somehow. But yeah, this movie was just not that big. It was not, they were like, oh, we're gonna go for a movie that's like the MC, that's like, as big as Endgame. We're gonna make it feel like Endgame. No, that was a big event, trust me. You're not gonna get anywhere close to making it feel like Endgame again. Which is just like, you got a bunch of freedom fighters who nobody cares about. In Endgame, everybody cared about those characters because here's the thing, we have movies to build them all up. And so that way we care about them when one of them does something. Like, we care about them when Doctor Strange uses magic or something, but these people, we just obviously don't care about them because the movie gives you like 5 seconds of character growth, and, that's about it. Oh yeah, and I looked up Cassie Lang's name from the comic books. Apparently Cassie Lang is a character in the Marvel Comics books, and her name is Ant Girl. Get that? Ant Girl. It's just as ridiculous as it sounds, Ant Girl. But anyways, that's my review on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Just call it Ant-Man 3. No, we don't need to bore everybody with the name. But it's really just Ant-Man 3. There's nothing really Quantum Mania happens. It's just they go into the quantum realm and that's it. It looks like another planet for some reason, but there's nothing really there's no mania going on. So, yeah, that's my review on Ant-Man and the Wasp. See you guys next time. I'll do another movie review on a movie that I see. Hopefully I get to do the Mario movie, because I'm looking forward to that. That looks like the only movie worth seeing this year. Like, I am dead set on the Mario movie. I am all geared. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna get my Mario costume on. I'm gonna go in the theater. I'm gonna be like, it's me, I'm Mario. Anyways, hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you then. See ya. Peace.